Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Broken Brian. And the Captain America Brave New World trailer teaser has dropped. So let's take a look and see what we're getting ourselves into, shall we?
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past.
The mustache, I guess, is to the previous actor who played the general and who had a mustache, and I think typically had a mustache in the comics. Was it John? It's not John Hurt. I keep wanting to say John Hurt, but I know that's not it. I can't remember. Uh, but so that's how they justify that uh, change in casting. So it is what it is. So let's just keep going.
But I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam.
So this is kind of calling back to the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, with John Walker taking over as Captain America and then eventually becoming U.S. agent. Uh, that's what this kind of feels like. I mean, I have nothing against Sam as a character. I think he's great as Falcon. It just feels like a weird Marvel recast, not unlike Harrison Ford, but more like watching Iron Man, then all of a sudden, like, seeing Don Cheadle as Rhodey. It's like, what? Huh? Okay, Sam just feels like he's not supposed to be there. And I have nothing against him as an actor. I think he's a good actor. But in this role, he feels wooden. Not stoic, wooden. And it'd be like if said, hey, Stuart, you're going to play Captain America. Oh, this is going to go poorly. He just doesn't feel like he fits this role. That's my opinion. I have no problem with the character or the actor. It just, in this role, just feels off. Let's go. We got a few more seconds. We got another minute of this.
We'll show the world a better way forward.
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to. What if it's a trap?
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
With the Brave New World title and global power, we're going to get a lot of political storyline in this movie, I believe, following the whole Brave New World, not just in the comics, but in real life, one world government type of thing. I have a feeling that's what we're getting into, but that's speculation, so.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Exactly what I said.
You're right. I'm not.
Okay, so we see a first look at Red Hulk, and I'll be honest, it's coming out Valentine's Day next year, and I'll be honest, this doesn't really excite me. It feels like a continuation of the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, which started out kind of interesting and just really lost my attention. I lost interest in it. I finished it, but I lost interest into it. I have a feeling we're going to get some weird side story or subplot that's just going to be kind of useless. It just has that feeling like it's going to follow the show. And I will say this as a semi-personal anecdote. I'm still amazed Harrison Ford is doing movies. I have a cousin who worked in Fort Worth at a restaurant bar a few years ago, and she got to meet Harrison Ford when he was redoing his pilot's license. I think it was helicopter, not pilot. One or the other. I can't recall which. She met him several times, and when he finally left the Fort Worth area, gave him a hug, and she told me he was probably the frailest man she's ever met, and more frail than our grandfather. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, I don't know how he did Indiana Jones. I mean, seriously, like, I'm surprised they didn't kill him. And I'm kind of like, and so now I'm seeing him in this movie where he's going to be doing probably not his own stunts, of course, but he's going to be doing a lot of stuff that's going to really push him physically. And I love Harrison Ford. I grew up with Harrison Ford, but I do think that there's a certain age where you can't do this action stuff without really hurting yourself. And I don't want Harrison Ford to be hurt. He's just an icon of my childhood. So, I mean, that's just a random anecdote that I know about Harrison Ford. And I don't think, if anything probably would bring me to this movie, it is Harrison Ford, because he is such a talented actor. He really is. And, like, I do want to see the Red Hulk. I do want to see. The Hulk is my favorite Marvel character. Got a tattoo of him on my calf. I don't know if you can see it. I even got a Hulk sticker on my microphone. I mean, I love the Hulk. And don't like Mark Ruffalo, but I do love the Hulk. And to see this is great, but it's also like, you're like 5 years too late, guys. We had it. We could have had a lot cooler stuff and a lot more fun stuff with Hulk, but we've lost that opportunity. And I just think this is just gobbled together just to continue this story. And honestly, Sam Wilson as Captain America, I get it. It's in the story, but this just doesn't feel natural. It feels forced, if that makes any sense. And that's my opinion. I'm not going to go see this. I'm not. I mean, your only chance to get me was Harrison Ford, but even that's not enough. So I'm curious to see what people do at the theater when it comes out. I'm sorry. You're releasing this on Valentine's Day. You kind of want to give something, honestly, some like eye candy for dates and stuff to get guys to convince their ladies to go see this. And nothing. I mean, that's what you'd expect for a Valentine's Day release, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go. I just can't bring myself to see it. I just can't. But this is what Marvel's putting out, and this is what we're getting, so it is what it is. So, what are your thoughts? Honestly, it's some cool shots, some cool scenes. Kind of looks more like the Fallen series with I can't remember, not Clive Owen. Oh, forget. Like Olympus Has Fallen, and all those. Kind of that political intrigue and presidential assassination and things like that. It's kind of got that feel, and I like those stories, but if this wasn't trying to be a Marvel movie, I might go see it. Like if it was just you took out the Marvel characters and kept the same storyline plot without the Marvel characters, I'd probably be more likely to see it. But it just feels like another forced Marvel product. And I don't even remember how many remakes this has gone through. But it's finally coming out because Marvel's got to put it out. And we're seeing this probably about 2 years after we should have seen Blade, which at this point I don't even think Blade's ever going to come out. Poor Ollie. He would have made a great Blade. He really would have. I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of him as an actor, and he could totally pull off that Wesley Snipes original Blade vibe. But this just feels like we got to keep making this stuff and keep pushing these stories and these plot lines and all this. And I'm done. I mean, I'm not going to, yeah. The Agatha trailer didn't do anything for me. This isn't doing anything for me. I'm just not into it. But that's me. So, what are your thoughts? Am I alone in this? Am I just being too cynical for Marvel? I should say Disney Marvel. Am I just too cynical for this? I don't know. But let me know down below. And as always, my friends, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.